Hello, everybody. Welcome to my weird and wonderful world. And this is a video for my new subscribers and my old subscribers who may not know me as well. Just to let you know who I am, where I'm from, what I'm all about, and all that good stuff. Just a bit of information here and there. I'm going to talk about myself in a little bit. But before I begin anything, you know me, I have to give shout outs to all my new subscribers. Now, when I know who my new subscribers are, because I don't get the notifications for everybody, there's so many that I don't know who's subscribing to me. Otherwise, I'd be giving you a shout out. The only one since my new subscriber growth spurt was out. I would say it's out 1976. I believe that would probably be the year you were born. But yeah, you are my newest subscriber, so thank you, thank you, thank you. I hope you get everything you want from my channel and more. I do aim to try to make the best content I can to entertain you and hopefully sometimes even teach you something. But you guys are smart, so you know everything already. Anyway, so yeah, I want to start off by saying that officially I started off my channel in February 19th. It was February 19th, 2023. That's when I officially started my channel. And I'm going to leave that first video, my first official video where I decided, no, I'm officially making a channel. And I thought it was a lot longer than that. I thought it was a lot, it hasn't even been 2 years yet. It will be 2 years this coming February 19th. So I've been doing this less than 2 years, and I'm actually, that number up there does not look as bad as I was imagining. I thought, oh, by now I should be a lot higher than that. No, that's actually pretty decent for less than 2 years of doing a channel. So the first video I did was talking about, of course, this. I'm not going to talk about it, but it was this album here called Electric Lucifer by Bruce Hack. I wanted to talk about that in particular on that video because it was the most obscure album that I own. It still is to this day. But if you go and watch that video, like I said, which I will leave up here in this corner, it's terrible. I was so green, I was much more stumbly with my words and more awkward. It's so awkward. It's so cringe. The bad. It was because there was three computers ago, before this one here, and before I even got a webcam, I was not. It was just. It sounded terrible. It looks terrible, and all the way around. So if you want to see my humble beginnings, check that out because it's pretty bad. I came a long ways in less than 2 years, so I'm pretty proud of myself. I'm pretty happy with where my channel is going, and it's always going to try. I'm going to always try to improve and upgrade as much as I can. You watch and see where I am a year from now, because I remember where I was a year from today, and I was a little bit better, but still not as great as I am now, and it will continue to get better. In January or in February, I will do my best to upgrade. I'm going to get another computer. I'm going to do some editing. I've like just recently learned how to use OBS Studios, and that's helping. So I can do some tier lists for you, and that's actually working out great for me. I have my Metallica one that I did is pretty booming. I mean, it's doing great. So I can't complain at all. So like if you go back to that very first episode that I made, when I was talking about the Electric Lucifer and that, two there's two subscribers of mine that was there from the very beginning. They're so loyal, and they are I would say my two. Although I love all my subscribers, these two are the top tier of subscribers because they have been dedicated, and I'll explain my dedications soon enough. But they were dedicated to my channel right from the beginning, and they came to me from the Trash Talkers, because they were a subscriber to the Trash Talkers with Berenger Bynes and Larry Cowan. And I'm talking about Baby Owl 75 and Metal Guru. And if you've seen my contest winner, Metal Guru was the only one, of course, because he's dedicated. He was the only person that made a poem song for me and entered my contest. Nobody else did, and I'm pretty disappointed in that. But yeah, these two have been there from the beginning. I know they watch every single episode that I do, so I give you guys top props because you are the best. You are awesome, awesome. Now, um, a few days ago, I've been getting some cool comments from one of my newer subscribers, which I've already mentioned, but I'm going to mention them again. It was Sylvia Coffee, 5645, asking me some cool questions and leaving some great comments. Awesome. You left me a lot of great comments and everything, so I want to thank you for that. But one of the comments was asking if I spoke French. Well, yes, I speak French. I learned it mostly when I lived up in Montreal and I would say I lived up in Montreal from it was I moved up there on January. I arrived there January 5th of 2021. Of sorry, 2001. Yeah, 2001, January 5th. That's when I arrived in Montreal. And I moved from Montreal back to New Brunswick here, where I live now, and basically born and raised. Canada, that is. And I moved back. It was September 19th of, I want to say 2011. Yeah, 20, yeah, it was, yeah, that's when I moved back. So it was I think it was 10 years and 9 months that I lived in Montreal. So that's where I learned my French. So, and I'm going to speak a little bit of French for you just to show you how much French that I know. So for those who don't understand French, I do apologize. I'll try to translate what I said after I say it. So, oui, je parle français. Je parlais français depuis mon temps que j'étais à Montréal, depuis tous ces 10 ans et 9 mois de rester à Montréal. I basically just kind of repeated what I just said about living in Montreal. So, ben oui, je, 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 je comprends tout le français. J'ai un peu de misère des fois pour parler en français. Um, ben, la plupart que je, moi, je pense que je fais bien en parler français. So basically, I said, yeah, I speak French very well. Sometimes I'll still make little mistakes here. I don't think my French is as great as I would like it to be. I would say about 80%, my comfortableness with speaking French. There's still words I don't know here and there, but I do my best. So that's my French. So I wanted to speak French for Sylvia Coffee. So there's that. Now, when I moved back from Montreal, I needed to find a job right away. So and I had put applications everywhere. But the one place, and I was so happy they were the ones that called me, like one of the few that actually called me in for an interview, and that was working at the time. It was Empire Theaters, which was soon a couple of years later they switched over to Cineplex. But I worked at the movie theater for about another 10 and a half years. about the same amount of time that I worked that I had lived in Montreal. But it was my favorite job of all time. I loved. I mean, it didn't pay well, and no benefits, no raises or anything. But what I loved about the job was, well, free movies first of all, and getting tons of movie posters, of course. But yeah, but yeah, it was greeting the guest and trying to give what we called our guests the customers, but we called them our guests, and giving them the best customer service possible. Because I love people, and I love interacting with people. They would put me behind the bar where, making the popcorn and making the food and that. But that's not. I didn't like that because it's kept me away from the thing I like doing the most is greeting people and getting them into the movie theaters and treating them like, with consideration, dignity, and respect, which nobody, I still, even today, probably nobody gives them that customer service like I did. I probably was their best customer service representative, but they kind of squandered that. So so eventually I had to quit that job because, they weren't treating me right. They weren't paying me what I deserved, and they kept on questioning my methods and stuff. But I was one of their best workers, and they know it. They lost somebody great. But now I work as a line picker, which, well, it's basically, technically we're called sorters, because we sort the packages and that. I work at a courier place. I'm not going to mention what it is. If you look, you could probably find where I work. But yeah, that's where I worked for about a little less than, no, a little bit more than 2 years now. I mean, I was working. I working there more than I do in my channel. I kind of forget now, but yeah, I worked at. I work now. Now I have some benefits. I get paid better and everything. So that's that's something. Well, I want to talk about. Okay, just out of the blue, I want to change subjects, and I want to mention that since starting YouTube, okay, since doing this YouTube thing, I've been on other people's channels, and I love the what I call my online friends, and there's nobody greater than Larry Graves, the Canadian stud muffin. He is my favorite channel. I was so honored to be on his channel. I was so honored that I was able to host a Sparks Talk with Larry Graves, Monty Mullen, and Paul Barrett. Recently, I had been on the Scott Lade's the Prague Corner and everything, and I'm looking forward to doing some more stuff with Scott Lade because he's awesome. I just recently became a channel member with Scott Lade. Of course, I'm a channel member with both of Larry Graves' channels. His Canadian Stud Muffin channel and his Larry Graves Canadian Stud Muffin channel, because he has two channels. I'm a proud Patreon with the Trash Talkers because I've been watching them from the very beginning. I think I was even watching them before I started my own channel. Yeah, I was. I was watching the Trash Talkers way before I started my channel, and sent them a cool picture and everything, and all that good stuff. So I thank a lot to YouTube. Even though I have my problems with YouTube here and there, and who doesn't, because YouTube is not perfect. And hopefully they'll fix some of those little glitches and stuff that they do every once in a while. But it has allowed me to connect with some really awesome people, and all that stuff. That is the benefits of starting this channel for sure. Is the great connections that I made. I don't want to make this too long of a video, but I just did want to talk about who I am. I'm, of course, talking about loyalty. Okay, when I like something, I am loyal to a fault. You know, if I like Larry Graves, and when I consider something top quality, like, yeah, like Larry Graves and the Trash Talkers for sure. So I'm dedicated to their channel no matter what. My favorite band, if you don't know, is Tool. I've been a fan of Tool since late '92, early '93, and this is my favorite album of all time since 2001. So over, like, yeah, quite a while, you know. 23 years I've been loving this album. So, you know, and my favorite movie of all time since 1999 has been Fight Club. But I don't think I seen it until like early, like I think it was February of 2000 when I first seen it. I didn't see it in the theaters, unfortunately. I wish I would have, but I did see like the special, like not this particular packaging, but I did see the 2 disc special edition at one of my brother's friend's place and I had, and as soon as the movie was over, I had to ask him to play it a second time because I had to watch it again. And my brother was like, "Yeah, no problem." And it's still my favorite movie of all time. And if you haven't seen it yet, check it out. It's not necessarily about fighting and that, but it has a, for me, it was the social commentary that still, I think, is even more true today than it was when it first came out. The themes and what they talk about in that movie is still probably one of the deepest movies that I ever seen, and I consider it a masterpiece. It is. It's David Fincher's best movie for sure. I had read the book at least 3 times, and I loved it. I still need to get the book, of course. Speaking of books, I'm almost done reading this On Track with Tool, which I didn't know about. And again, I learned about the On Track series from Larry Graves. Larry Graves mentioned it on his channel, and it got me piqued. And I asked, "Is there a Tool one?" And he said, "Yes, there is." So I had to order it. Thanks to Larry Graves for introducing me that to me. So I don't know if there's anything else I wanted to talk about. I think, yeah, pretty much everything. If you want to know more about me, ask me in the comments below. If anything you want to know, I am not going to be shy about it. I'll tell you anything. I'm an open book. I mean, I'm not going to give you any private information, you know, but anything that I can answer for you, I will. I do, before I let you go, I want to make a slight little confession about something, okay? Quite a few months back, I had quit smoking the green. You know, I don't smoke marijuana anymore. And I said that I wouldn't touch it again, but I kind of did. I'm not on it. I haven't smoked it in weeks, okay? But when I went up to Capolay to Pat de Mush, which I left videos about that trip up there, that day when I did when I filmed my great friends Francine McClure, Robert Cormier, and again I keep forgetting Michelle's last name. But when I was up there filming the Francine McClure trio doing their set and everything, and on our way back from Capolay, I kind of asked them if I could, kind of they could, share. They had grown their own marijuana, so I asked them for a puff, knowing that it was fine, and it didn't get me back on it. And I know my limit. I know that I can every blue moon, like I'm not going to be smoking again until maybe my birthday in January. But yeah, I had a puff on my way back, and it felt good and I enjoyed it, but it didn't make me want to start up again. And I'm proud of myself for that. So yes, I have touched a little bit before, but yeah, but that was the only time. It was the only time. I think it's been like 4 or 5 months since I officially quit. And yeah, I'll probably only like, and again, I don't want much. Like on my birthday, all I want is just maybe one joint, and that's it. And then because I like being clean, I do. I like being clear headed and dreaming. Because if I'm smoking, I don't dream, and I've been having the most wonderful dreams. Well, not as much as before, but yeah, I still dream at least twice a week, and it's fantastic, fantastic. So I am dead fast and not starting, but I still will, partake. Like, yeah, every blue moon. I just don't want to start it. All right, so I talked enough. I talked for 20 minutes. I don't want to make this longer than 20 something minutes long. So, you know how much I love you guys out there. You are the best, especially all my subscribers. I love you. I will love you forever. And if you haven't subscribed to me yet and watching this for the first time, please consider subscribing, because I will, greatly appreciate it and love you forever. And if I know who you are, I will give you I'll give you a shout out like I did with this person and this person and and this person and this person and so on and so forth. So yeah. So also, like I said, comment, ask me anything, because I will try my best to answer well, I will answer honestly, but if it's not too personal, I will answer you for sure. And hit the like button. Don't be afraid of the like button. And if you want to laugh, go check out my first official video I ever made and see how uncomfortable I was in front of the camera. See how crappy the camera I was using is and everything. But anyway, I'm going to let you go now. And so everybody out there, please just be safe. Take care. I will see you on the flip side. And please, everybody, have a great day, evening, morning, night, afternoon, wherever you may be. Peace, everybody.